do. Catch it cause I'm so too. I can't make no mistakes, cause there is just no room. Guess I was made like crutches, strong enough to hold you, strong enough to carry. But
Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. First of all, let's do some housekeeping, okay? As you can see, this is going to be a difficult conversation to have, and I do understand that. I'm going to approach this with the utmost respect that I can. I think the stories we've been seeing, we've saw a lot of cases of abuse, and I think we, um, as people, have related to experiences that we may have had and it may have triggered us. And now I think it's time for us to sit down and have an open discussion on what we can do to stop it or at least improve the situation so people know that they don't have to go through this. So that's pretty much where I'm going to go with this. I'm going to go from an educational standpoint. But before I do that, please don't forget to come like the video, share it with anybody that you know that may be going through this. Comment and subscribe. Okay. Um, I try to come with all sincerity when these conversations come up because I have dealt with this on so many levels of DVs. And so I'm going to start this conversation off by saying if you are, or if you know someone who is in a DV situation right now, I have the National Domestic Violence Hotline hours and numbers at the top of my screen and also in the chat. Please, if you know someone, give them the number. There is help out there available, and we should not be sitting here taking it. Love doesn't hurt. And that's the reason why I titled this Love Doesn't Hurt You. Because love doesn't hurt you. Love is kind, it's patient, it's understanding. Love conquers everything. And you deserve that when you get in a relationship, a friendship, or even a work relationship, that you shouldn't have to be able to put up with any form of abuse. And so this is what I'm telling you today. I challenge everybody that hears this video. If you know somebody that is dealing with it and they not speaking up, you say something. If you see something, say something. Because you saying something could be the difference in saving someone else's life. They may not be strong enough yet, but we have to be strong enough to speak up for them. God gave us a voice to let our voice be heard. I really, this was really close to my heart. Like, I'm telling you, I've dealt with it on both ends of the spectrum. I've had my cousin who was in an abusive relationship, and because his mom told him to never hit a woman, he stayed way too long and he almost lost his life. And I'm just gonna tell you, growing up, I never thought it could happen to a man. That was just, I had never seen it. I saw it happen to my mama growing up, and I never thought it could happen to a man. And to see the level of brokenness, he didn't want to report it because he thought he would be looked at differently. So I'm just asking everybody, if you see something, say something, okay? I got a lot of information I want to share with you. This is going to be one of those videos. I may get a little emotional throughout it because I have dealt with it. But I just want you to know the panel is open. If you want to hit the link, I have the link down in the description box below. It's pinned at the top. You can come up and speak your thoughts. We are all adults. I think we can handle this appropriately. Just be careful with your words. If you want to share testimony, whatever it is that you want to say, we have to make it. We have to make space where we can have these open discussions, so we can change the narrative around DV. So many people struggle in silence, and no man or woman should have to struggle with somebody putting hands on them, verbally abusing them. This is the place where it needs to stop. And we won't make it stop until we start having the tough conversations to know that it's not okay and it's not going to be tolerated anymore. So many people have already lost their life because they wasn't strong enough to say, I am enough. This is not right. I don't want to see another story of another young lady or a young man losing their life. Okay, so I'm going to start this conversation out by telling everybody I appreciate y'all for coming in. I really do. Um, this is a little different from the videos that I make, but it was so much happened this week that had to do with DV and everything. I just had to make this conversation, available. It was touching on my heartstrings, and if you know me, I can't let stuff touch on my heartstrings too long. I have to let it out. And I was talking to my husband about it, and we were speaking about it, and I told him, I said, I got to do this, and he said, if you got to do it, do it. Okay, so I just wanted to let you know, I really do. I appreciate every last one of y'all. Okay. You don't know how much this means to me, because this is a conversation that's near and dear to my heart. I told you, my mama dealt with it. And I sat there and watched and felt bad, because I was like, if she hadn't had me, maybe she wouldn't have went through what she had to go through. And that's a lot for a kid. And so we have to think about it. Kids have to be loved and protected at all costs. And we have to make spaces that everybody is safe. The worst thing in the world is to feel unsafe, unheard, and unseen. That is terrible. It puts you in a space where you're so low that nothing else seems like it's possible. And so, yes, I understand how and why they stay, but I don't understand how and why people around them don't speak up. So y'all excuse me for a minute. I'm gonna share my screen with y'all and just share some information with y'all, okay? Um, oh, thank you, Miss Renee. I love you too. I really do. I do this stuff because I really do love people, okay? And I'll love you with all my heart. And I feel like sometimes we don't make spaces to love on one another enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, this world is so cruel. And we don't have to be like that. We just choose to be like that because that's how we were essentially, I guess, raised, taught, whatever. Um, so this first thing I pulled up is, what is domestic violence? Okay. It says domestic violence is a pattern of abusive behavior in a relationship that is used by one partner to gain and maintain power and control over another intimate partner. Domestic violence can be physical, sexual, emotional, economical, psychological, and technological actions or threats of actions, are a pattern of conceived behavior that influences another person within the intimate partner relationship. This includes any behavior that intimidates, manipulates, humiliates, isolates, frightens, terrorizes, threatens, blame, hurt, injure, or wound somebody. I thought that was a lot. Okay. I thought that was a lot. Nobody should ever feel like they being intimidated, being manipulated, humiliated, isolated, frightened, terrorized. Like these are things we hear when we talking about wars. Like, no, nobody should have to go through it. Nobody. Like when I hear stuff like this, it really breaks my heart because this is something that should not be happening. Okay, it just shouldn't be happening. Um, I just want you to know you are not alone. You are seen, you are loved, and you are wanted. And so many times people don't hear that. They don't know that they are seen, that they are heard, that they are loved, and that they are wanted. Because this person in a relationship has beaten them down so much, has frightened them so much that they feel like even if they speak up, there is no way to get away from this. I am challenging every person that hears this video to know that that is a lie. God did not put you here for you to suffer in silence. I shame the devil in the name of Jesus and tell you he did not put you here to be a stepping stool for somebody else's. Um, I'm gonna share something else, but let me add Julius. Oh no. Hi Julius, how are you?
I'm doing okay. These
Okay.
conversations are needed, and I'm glad it's happening. You know, between Cassie and Kiki, it's like finally forcing something to be talked about coming to the table.
Okay, so
And
then the next thing I'm finna show y'all is 11 reasons why people in abusive relationship can't just think they can't leave. Okay, so I need to show y'all this. Let me see. Okay, it says 11 reasons why people in abusive relationships can't just leave. It said when many people hear that someone is in an unhealthy or abusive relationship, their first question is, why don't you leave? If you've never been through an abusive relationship, this sort of response might seem logical. Just throw the deuces up and move on with your life. But here's the thing. When it comes to relationship abuse, it's never as easy as just leaving. We're here to tell you why. Leaving an abusive relationship is hard for many reasons. Here are 11 of those many reasons that someone in an unhealthy or toxic relationship, a toxic situation, might stay with their partner. One, society normalizes unhealthy behavior, so people may not understand that their relationship is abusive. When you think of unhealthy or abusive behavior or normal, it's hard to identify your relationship as abusive, and therefore there's no reason to seek help. First of all, it's not normal. I don't understand this, okay? Because we're not in the old days, okay? Back in the day when my mom was being, abused, I get it. There wasn't places for help. It wasn't a lot of help out there in the 50s, 60s, 70s. So I get that. I really do. I feel like there are many resources now. I feel like there have been many discussions about this situation. So I feel like you should know that this is not healthy. And if you don't know it's not healthy, then I'm asking everybody around you. If you see something that looks unnormal, please tell them it's not normal. Show them a video. Show them something. Let them know that this is not normal. Okay, love doesn't hurt you. It doesn't.
Love is infinite. You can have as much as you need it, as much as you want it. And that's from the movie Twitches, the
Okay, number
quote from
two
the mama.
says emotional abuse destroys your self-esteem, making it feel impossible to start fresh. Oftentimes, people in emotionally abusive relationships may not understand that they are being abused because there's no violence involved. Also, many will dismiss or downplay emotional abuse because they don't think it's as bad as physical abuse. It's hard for those in abusive relationships to leave their partners after the continuously being made to feel worthless and like there's no better option for themselves. Okay. So now I definitely understand where this is coming from, but I want to tell you today, okay, that I need you to get your mental in check because people like this, okay, toxic people that want to abuse you strive on controlling you. They strive on making you feel worthless, making you feel empty inside. And I'm telling you, that is furthest from the truth. You were made to win in this world. God didn't make a mistake when He made you. I promise you that. He made you in His image. And the God that I serve is not a spiteful God, and He wouldn't have did that to you. So I'm challenging you to know that you are amazing. You are strong. You may have to go through some things, but this ain't it. This is not it. If somebody is emotionally abusing you after so long, the emotional abuse will turn physical. This is what they don't tell you. After so long, that abuser doesn't get off anymore, just putting you down. Then they have to resort to putting their hands on you. So if you're in a relationship where somebody is downgrading you, putting you down, not respecting you, not hiring you in this regard that you are amazing, you are worthy, you are everything that life has to offer, I am asking you to leave that person alone. That ain't made for you. Okay? That person is not who God had seen for you. And I'm telling you, you're not you're not none of those things. Okay? You are worthy. And we're not gonna let nobody on this earth tell you you're not. You are special. You are beautiful. You are amazing. And you are worthy to have real love. This is not real love. Number three, the cycle of abuse. After every abusive incident comes a makeup honeymoon phase. Often, when an abusive situation happens, it's followed by the abuser doing something nice or apologizing and promising that they will never do it again. This makes their partner minimize the original abusive behavior. This is so true. Do not let somebody walk over you, hit you, belittle you, and all they can do is say, I'm sorry. Make them show you they're sorry. You know what? I'm challenging you not to even take it anymore. Just leave it alone because even in friendships, it can be abusive. In work
Say it.
relationships, it can be
Come
abusive.
on.
So don't let nobody, you hear me? Nobody control how you feel. Don't let nobody play with your emotions. Don't let nobody play with your heart, your head, your mind. Because all of this is your system. It works in control with your body. Your body is like a machine. Every part of your body is working to make the machine operate. And if you have people that are downing you, that are pulling from you, guess what? The machine doesn't work properly. So the body breaks down.
In my opinion, I would like to add to this. Sometimes also, there's also people who have been abused who turn abusive. And sometimes, because it's like one of my associates, I think about his recent breakup with his ex, and I think to me, both of them are at fault. And like sometimes I think about him and I'm like, listen, now you gotta get into therapy, you gotta work on it. You say you want all this, fruition, health, prosperity. There's no linear way to heal. He's like, I know, but it's like I can't afford it. I'm like, you think you can't afford it, but you just don't wanna, cause let me backtrack. He was in therapy at the start of it. But I think once the therapist was done addressing everything with his ex, he addressed everything that was flawed inside my associate and he didn't like it. And I'm like, you have to work on it. So he started coming up with all these excuses. Oh, my insurance can't cover it, things like that. And I'm just like, after a while, I left it alone. And it's just like some people, they want to just have the pity party. And it's like, to me, if you are not going to take the initiative to at least try, then after a while you only have yourself to blame. And it is sad, but sometimes that's what it comes to.
Uh, okay, geez. I'm gonna talk about that at toward the end because I need to get this out first, and then
Mm-hmm.
I'll come back to that because I got a different situation. I mean, different thought than you do.
Mm-hmm.
Just remind me of that. I need to come back to that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Number 4. This was the one that really triggered me to do this. It's dangerous to leave, like very dangerous. Many
Mm-hmm.
times, leaving an abusive relationship is not only emotionally difficult, but can also be life threatening. In fact, the most dangerous time in an abusive relationship is post breakup. Women are 70 times more likely to be killed in the weeks after leaving their abusive partner than at any other time during the relationship. Okay, so to me, okay, I'm not gonna say that this is a stat, but to me, okay, and this is because, like I said, I grew up in it. Okay, if
Mm-hmm.
you don't know, my mama stayed in hers. Okay, she stayed with my daddy the whole time, and I'm telling you, I give her all the praise and glory because I know it wasn't easy. I remember my dad having a pow pow and firing it at my mama while she was holding me. Um, I can remember the times when my mama couldn't walk because she had broke ribs, a broken arms. She had to cover black eyes with a lot of makeup to make people not know. And I sat there and watched it growing up. And I said, that'll never be me. I respect her. I love her. But I can't let somebody do that to me. And I'm saying all this to say it is very hard. I'm not taking away from what these people are saying. It is dangerous. It's hard.
Oh, absolutely.
But there is help to help you if you feel like your partner is this dangerous. There is
Mm-hmm.
places that will take you, change your identity, and get you to a safe place, start you a whole new life. You don't have to suffer with this no more. I'm telling you, they strive off of knowing that you're not going to leave. They strive off of knowing that you have that fear inside of you. Don't let somebody take your choice away from you. Don't let somebody take your life.
I wish my sister got help with. I mean, she's out of her situation now, thank God. But I wish she took advantage, like when she still lived up here, like where I live, because now she has a record for the next 2 years over her head because of it.
Okay, so number five, it's not just hard to break up safely, it's also hard to escape the cycle of control. People in abusive relationships often attempt to break up with their partner several times before the breakup sticks. On average, a person in an abusive relationship will attempt to leave 7 times before finally leaving for good. People in abusive relationships often attempt to break up with their partner several times before the breakup sticks. On average, the abusive relationship attempt to leave 7 times before leaving for good. Um, uh, my cutoff game is real strong. I don't know if it's because of what I had to grow up looking at and experiencing. Um, my cutoff game is real strong. When I'm done, I'm done. I don't take phone calls, texts, emails. I don't want you to send me a smoke signal. I don't want you to look me up on no social media accounts. I'm probably gonna block you on all of them. Um, yeah, I don't want your mama, sister, brother, aunties, uncles calling me. So if they do, I'm gonna block them too. I'm a Scorpio, so my cutoff game is real strong. Probably because of all the stuff I've been through, people trying to use you, abuse you.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I'm telling you, if you go to one of these places that help out with people with DV, they know all these situations. They know how dangerous it can be. They know all the situations. They're trying to help you. Okay. So if you really want to leave and you want to make it stick, then I suggest you call the domestic hotline number. Call one of your domestic shelters. The YWCA has an amazing domestic shelter situation. They're not even letting nobody in. That's not, they're not letting nobody in, period. Okay. First of all, you can't have no visitors there. They keep the doors locked. They usually have a security guard there. You're safe, okay? And I know this for a fact because I've had friends and families to go through the YWCA, and it is amazing. So any woman that's out there that feel like you can't leave, I'm telling you, that's a definite resource that you need to try, and they'll take you any time of the day or night. Okay, so call them, get an intake, and move on. I just want you to know it's not as hard as it used to be. I feel like these rules was maybe back in the day when we didn't have a lot of
Yeah, that's more
prevention.
that these are like more so primitive, even though they're still true to a point. They're more so primitive to like back in the day type thinking.
Society perpetrates a ride or die mindset.
That's true. Talk about it.
Those those in unhealthy or abusive relationships might stay with their partner or get back together after a breakup because they feel pressure to not give up. Forgive and forget or ride it out. Pop culture glamorizes being a ride or die for your friends and partners, making people out to be in the wrong for leaving their partners. And while being loyal is a great thing, a good friend or partner would never endanger or hurt you. Now let me tell you something. I don't know what society y'all living in because can't nobody make me feel bad from getting out of a toxic, abusive
Come
relationship.
on.
Can't nobody make me feel bad for knowing my worth. Can't nobody
Come
make
on.
me feel bad for knowing that I am worthy to be honored, respected, put on a pedestal if I have to be. Okay? Let me tell you something. If you don't know the meaning of a friend, don't try to be mine. If you
That
don't know
part.
what love is, don't try to get in one with me. I just feel like so many times we keep saying what society say or what social media say.
I was just about to say social
Stop
media.
what
So
social media say,
social
okay?
media
I'm gonna tell
has
you what life say. Life say to
hmm
honor yourself. Life say to put you If you're not married, you're supposed to put yourself first. If you don't have
Come
any
on.
kids and you're not married, guess what, baby? You come
You can
first.
have as much fun as you
And
want.
let me tell you something. I need you to know that you are amazing, you are great, you are loved, you are wanted, and you are needed.
That
Nobody
part.
needs to put you down or discourage you or anything. And nobody can tell you who and who not to be friends with, who or who not to be in a relationship with, because they not in your story. They not living your life. They may not know all the ins and outs. And I don't give a dang about being a ride or die. Okay, I'm gonna be a ride or die for those who have put in that work, who have put in that effort, who have filled into my life
Mm-hmm.
that makes me feel like they're my ride or die. Yeah, those are the people I'm a ride or die for. I'm not riding or dying for somebody that's gonna take from me, that's gonna empty my cup and make me feel worthy or make me feel less than. You are
Mm-hmm.
not to be treated like this. Love doesn't hurt you. I
And
need
there's
you to
some.
understand that in every aspect of your life. Whenever you're looking at any kind of relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a work relationship, whether it's a partner that you're trying to be in a relationship, whether it's your husband, love doesn't hurt you. And the minute it starts hurting you, whether it's physically, emotionally, psychologically, all the rest of the keys they talked about, then that's not the person for you. You're not evenly yoked, and baby girl or baby boy, you need to move on.
And you know
And
what? And
that's
it's
me
like,
telling you from being on this earth almost 50 years. It's not you.
it's
Okay?
them.
It's not for you. Move on and let's start anew. Okay? Because there is somebody out there for you. There's somebody out there that loves you. There's somebody out there that will respect you. And you don't have to lower yourself or be belittled to have that. Um, I'm gonna move on to number 7. I want to go and get through all these first.
Okay.
They feel personally responsible for their partner or their behavior. After a conflict, an abuser will turn a situation around and make their partner feel guilty or as though they are somehow at fault. This type of behavior is known as gaslighting.
Mm.
Now, baby, we know from all these messy reality shows and social media
Mm-hmm.
that gaslighting is real, okay? But let me tell you something. You can't gaslight me if I know me. I'm gonna say it again for the people in the back. You can't gaslight me if I know me. You can't tell me I'm being an asshole if I know that I'm not. You can't tell me that I was the reason why you hit me if I know I'm not. You can't tell me I'm the reason you called me stupid, dumb, or whatever other stuff they use. You can't tell me that if I know I'm not. I need you to have strength in yourself. I need you to. That's why I keep telling people to get your mental right. Because when your mental is right,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna tell you no, this is bull, and I ain't putting up with it. I just, I feel like don't let somebody else write your story. Write your own story. I need you to believe in yourself. I need you to get your mind space right because your brain is one of the most powerful tools your body has. Your brain controls your breathing, whether you know it or not. Everything goes through your brain. That's why when your brain shuts down or they say you brain dead in the hospital, that's why they have to take you off life support. Because once your brain is not working anymore, the rest of the machine shuts down. So don't let somebody control your mind. Your mind, your brain is your most powerful tools. And I need y'all to have it in check. That's why I do affirmations. That's why I do meditations. That's why I do what I do. I encourage people, and sometimes I'm a little harsh, but I encourage you to know your worth because I know that if you knew your worth, if everybody in this world knew their worth, we wouldn't have people out here like this. We wouldn't have this toxic behavior. We wouldn't have this because if everybody knew what they were and if everybody held everybody accountable for their actions, then we would have a lot of people stopping this because this is actually a learned behavior. They learn to treat you like this. And they keep doing it when we allow it. They feel empowered. It gives them some euphoria to feel like they're right because nobody has stopped them. Well, I'm telling you, today is today where we need to stop it. We need to teach our kids that it's not okay to be abused. It's not okay for somebody to put their hands on you. It's not okay for somebody to talk down to you. I'm telling you, we have to change our mindset so we can teach the young people that's coming up. I get it. I would never victim shame somebody for staying. I would not do that because my mom stayed. I would not do that. And she stayed until the day she left here. But I'm telling you, there are options out there to help you. And trust me, when I met my husband and he saw what my mom was going through, he tried to get my mama to move in with us. She said, I can't do it for you, but I can sure be that vessel to help you. So I'm telling you right now, if you feel like you're not strong enough to handle this on your own, reach out to me. I will help you. I will find the resources and help you, even if I got to come myself. I will help you. Don't stay in something too long. Uh, Number 8, they believe that if they stick it out, things might change. A lot of people in abusive relationships stay in them because they love their partner and think that things will change. They might also believe that their partner behavior is due to tough times or feel as though they can change their partner. If they are a better person or a better partner to themselves, never stay in a relationship in which you count on someone else to change their behavior for the better. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Don't stay where you got to change somebody because you can't change nobody. Let's be honest, okay? People may want to change for you, but you can't change somebody else. Okay? You can't come in and say, I'm going to fix what's broken in you. They have to want to fix what's broken in them. Because all they're going to do is put up a facade of saying, yeah, please fix me, help me. But if they're not doing the work themselves, guess what? They still broken. That's that broken toy that you tried to super glue together. And guess what? At the time, that glue falls apart and they back broken again. And guess what? It's going to be even worse. So that's why I'm telling you to leave when it first started happening because broken people like to break other people. They want you to be broken so you can't be whole, so you don't have a good, healthy life. Don't let somebody else break you. Number 9, there is a social pressure to be in a perfect relationship. There is an incredible pressure to be in a perfect relationship, and some cultures and social medias only accumulate those pressures. Let me tell you something. There's no perfect person, and there's no perfect relationship. You're gonna go through your trials and tribulations in life. That's just a part of this journey that we call life. And it's the same thing in a marriage. I tell people all the time, I love my marriage. I really do. I love being married to the man that I'm married to because that man loves me. But is there times that we have arguments? Of course we do. Is there times that we have disagreements? Of course we do. That man ain't never hit me. That man ain't never belittled me. Even in our
Listen, you
darkest
guys have
moments,
arguments, but
even
you
in
know
our
what? That
darkest
makes the love
moments,
even
let me hold
stronger.
on, Julius. Hold on. Even in our darkest moments, that man said, he said, we're not gonna go to sleep angry.
That part.
We're gonna have to pray through this.
I agree with that.
And I'm just telling you, yes, you're supposed to have disagreements. Yes, you're supposed to have trials and tribulations. But love doesn't hurt you. I've never sat here and cried, or I've never had to cover up a bruise. I never had to do any of the things. The man ain't never walked out the door and I not knew where he was going. Although he could walk out the door and I not know where he going. I'm not putting him on a leash or nothing. I could walk out the door right now and say, baby, I'm finna go. He ain't gonna ask me where you going, what time you gonna be back, who you gonna be with. That's a form of control.
Mm.
Don't let somebody else write your life. Don't let somebody else control who you are. Your partner should compliment you on the things that you get wrong. That partner should be able to tell you, hey, baby, you can handle this differently. Call you out on your BS and hold you accountable. That partner should be able to pray for you when you can't pray for yourself. When you down and out in your spirit, your partner should be able to come and lift you up. The same as your friend circle. Your friends and your family that's surrounded around you. When you down, they're not supposed to beat you when you're down. They're supposed to uplift you. When you're in a need, they're supposed to be your support system. And I challenge you that if they don't check off all those boxes, let them go. Because
Mm-hmm.
they're taking from your cup and leaving you dry. And then who's gonna fill your cup up if everybody just taking and taking and taking and taking and taking? How are you gonna get your cup back filled?
Mm-hmm.
You can't do this. People leech off of you because they know they can. The time is now to stop it. Number 10, let's get these last two. Number 10, I went too far. Fear of how others will react. People in abusive relationship often feel embarrassed to admit that their partner is abusive for fear of being judged, blamed, marginalized, pitied, or looked down on. For example, in some LGBTQIA relationships, someone may stay with a partner for fear of being outed. Let me tell you something. Oh, this is why I say get your mental together. I do understand
Whew.
I do understand the crisis that people in the LGBTQIA deal with. Okay, I do. But let me tell you something. Don't let nobody spray you with your own tea. Be confident. I wouldn't care what you said about me because I'm not looking for you to validate me. The only person I care about validating me is God.
And he already know who you are inside and out.
He made me. So I ain't got to worry about him neither because he already knew
Mm-hmm.
what I was going to do before I did it. He already knew the person I was going to be before I did, before I was even here, because he made me.
Mm-hmm.
And he made me in the image that he wanted me to be. So now guess what? You going to spray me with my own tea and I'm supposed to be fearful that you going to tell my stuff? Oh, baby, before I let somebody spray me with my own tea, I'd say it out loud, proud, and be thankful of it.
Unfiltered.
The last one, and then I'm gonna move on to showing y'all some stories of what happens when we let this stuff go on. And I know this is gonna be really really hard to see, but it needs to be shown because I want if you in it, I want you to know to get out of it before you end up. You know what I'm saying? So the last one is 11. They share a life together. Marriage, children, and shared finances are often huge reasons that people in abusive relationships stay in them. This dependency is heightened in a relationship where one partner is differently able, but there is also similar factors that affect young people's decisions to stay in relationships, including shared friend groups and living situations. Okay, so I told y'all my mama stayed in hers. Okay, and this would be the one of the reasons why I seen that she stayed. Okay, of course, my mama worked. Okay, she was making money, but she didn't have the finances that my dad did. And so I think she felt like she couldn't afford to do this on her own, and that she didn't want to take my father away from me. Let me tell you something. Children are resilient. I was broken and had to go through years of therapy because I saw the toxic relationship. And I was fearful of letting somebody in because I felt like they were going to hurt me. Children ought to be loved and protected. And if they're in a relation, if you're in a relationship where the children are seeing you being emotionally, physically, I'm telling you, it's going to affect them. It's going to affect the way they think of themselves. It's
Oh,
going to affect the way
absolutely.
the way they act in relationship. It affects them, and they're
Absolutely.
going to need years of counseling, just like I did, to get over the trauma of being raised like this. Don't do that to your children because you fear of finances. Like I said, there are places that will help you. The friend group thing, let them go. If the friend group can't respect that, hey, I was being abused, and they don't respect that, let them go. They weren't meant to be your friend in the first place. They weren't a friend to you. They didn't look out for your best interests. Because I'm guaranteeing you, the type of person you probably was, had it been them going through it, you wouldn't have done that to them.
Hmm.
So don't let fear of friendships or friend groups, none of that. Live in situations. That's why I'm telling y'all the YWCA. It helps you out all the time. It will take you and your children in. They will help you get on your feet. They will get you into a nice place. The domestic hotline, that's up there at the top of the screen, they do the same thing. And even if you in fear of leaving, they will make a way to find out when that man leaves the house. They'll come get you and bring you on in safely. I'm telling you, it's help out there available. Don't be in fear of somebody else taking your life from you, taking your choices away from you. So if you fall in any of those categories, like I said, if you know somebody who's been in an abusive relationship, all I'm trying to tell you is don't let fear guide you from moving away from that. Okay? Don't let fear of anything stop you from moving on. I just I needed to do this video because it was so much going on, and I'm telling you, it was weighing heavy on me. Probably because I've seen it, probably because I was raised in it. So much going on, okay, and it's not just the Kiki Palmer, the Cassie things that's going on. That's heightened because they're celebrities, but this is happening every day to women
Hmm.
and men. Okay, people don't think men can be abused,
They
but they
sure
can
can.
be. Okay, they can be. The numbers are astronomically different because most men don't even report it because they fear that they're gonna be looked at like they simps or soft or you're not a man. Like we gotta stop. It's not okay. Any form of abuse is not okay. It's not. You was not put here to be abused. You were not put here to be looked on, to be downed. Okay. So I'm gonna go into a few of the stories that's been happening. Okay, the very first one that I'm gonna show y'all actually happened in my city. Okay, and it's gonna be a little sad. So I'm telling you now to brace yourself. Um, Let me show you this. Okay. Okay. Says man jailed after fatally shooting girlfriend in front of kids. Let's see. Okay. I know I didn't plan. Hold on. Okay, I'll come back to that. Let me see. It says the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office has arrested a man in the shooting death of a woman on Monday afternoon. Deputy will call I'm sorry, you guys. I don't know what happened. Showing y'all the story, and then I looked down and I saw that I wasn't even on the stage anymore. Sorry about that. I am just okay. So let me. I don't know. Did y'all see the video? Yes, no. Robin, did y'all see the video? Juice, Renee, anybody? No. Okay, you didn't see the video. Okay, hold on. Let me share my screen one more time. Hold on. Uh, okay. Okay, let me see. Uh, hold on. Let me move to the next one then. Hold on, because I don't know what's happening with that one. It might have been the reason why it threw me off. I don't know. Yeah, bear with me. I had a lot of tabs open, trying to make sure I had everything set up. Um, so just bear with me. And just to let you know, all these stories um, are stories that have happened very recently, within the last few weeks or so. So I want you to know this is not just happening to Kiki Palmer and Cassie. It's happening to everybody. Mama 3 tried to escape through a window before a husband had fatally shot her, officials say. Okay. A family is in mourning after a mother of 3 were fatally shot by her husband at their Michigan home. Alicia, uh, Alicia often died from her injuries after she was shot multiple times in Grand Rapids on August the 17th. Just 1 day after serving her husband with divorce papers, according to court records. Her estranged husband, Marcus Lofton, was free on bond from a domestic violence incident with his wife, which officials say happened in May. Part of a condition of his bond was that he was to have no contact with Alicia. A probable cause affidavit states that on August the 17th, police were called to Alicia Lofton's home after neighbors heard gunshots. The neighbor told the police he heard arguing and gunshots. Police say then saw a man get into a maroon SUV and leave. When police arrived, they found Alicia lying next to the home with multiple gunshot wounds. Officers determined that Marcus Lofton drove a similar vehicle. When police went to his listed address, they found him walking and detained him. According to court records, Marcus Lofton confessed to killing Alicia. Marcus is accused of telling police he and Alicia were arguing when he grabbed her pistol out of her drawer and tried to strike her with it, causing the gun to go off. He said that after the gun went off, Alicia ran into her room and locked the door. According to officials, Marcus said he forced the door open and saw Alicia trying to climb out the window when he shot her multiple times. The two had been married since February. On May 18th, Marcus was arrested on domestic violence charges. According to police, he was scheduled to return to court in September in that case. Alicia's family told Fox 17 that her 3 children are taking it the hardest. All 3 were getting ready to start school and will now have to go on without their mother. And now essentially without their father too. My oldest niece is graduating college next year. Her mom is not going to be there. She's going to be looking in the crowd to see her mom. Relative Fashna Garcia told the TV station, I'm going to suck that my nephew is going to Grand Valley for his first year and he's looking for his mom to be there. It's going to suck that my youngest niece, who is in high school, who is not going to have her mom there to pick out her prom dress. Marcus Lofton faced 1 count of murder and is scheduled to return to court at the end of August. These are the cases of the people that we see in normal families. Okay, is it I just don't know how to stress this anymore. Like it's happening to everyday people, and I want it to stop. I really do. I want it to stop. I want people to be able to live the life that they want to live. I just don't think we should have people out here that are in your life just to take from you, to destroy you. Um, One more story, and then I'm gonna move on to everybody can come up or whatever. After that, hold on 1 second. I'm sure this last one, um, and then I got some closing Share this one. Woman shot and killed by husband following argument in Daytona Beach. We all over the place. See what I'm saying? We all over the place. Daytona Beach, Florida. The Daytona Beach, Florida Police Department has charged a man with first degree murder after he allegedly shot a woman before turning the gun on himself. Two lives. Gone. Changed forever. Chantel Atkins, 35. Chantel Atkins is accused of shooting his wife, Shanti. Dang, they got the weirdest names. In the midst of an argument on Thursday. Shortly before 6:40 p.m. on Thursday, officers were called to the home on Fulton Street for the shooting. When they arrived, they said they found Shantae, who had been shot near the front door, and Chantel lying in the front yard with a gunshot wound. He was treated and was expected to recover. At some point, the man armed himself with a rifle and shot his wife before turning the gun on himself, police said. She died at the scene. Like, really, this ain't the life we have supposed to be living. That's the reason why I need these laws to change. This is the reason why I need these laws to change. This is the reason why. This is the reason why I need you to leave before it gets to this point. This is the reason why I need you to know love doesn't hurt. I need you to leave before it's too late. I need you not to run over those warning flags that you're getting. Process it. Don't let somebody write your story and essentially end your story. If you see something, say something. I keep hearing about all these neighbors. They call when they heard arguments and then they heard a gunshot. I'm pretty sure you heard them arguments before. You see something, say something. You can call and be anonymous. But if you see something, say something. I just can't. Love doesn't hurt. It doesn't. It doesn't envy. It doesn't boast. Love is kind. Oh, this is taking a lot out of me. I want you to know it don't hurt. Let me share one more thing with y'all, and then I let Julius talk. Let me share this one tab. And I'm not gonna read all this because this is a long one. This says, why are men often overlooked as victims of domestic abuse? Domestic abuse is roughly portrayed as a gentle crime perpetrated by a man against a woman. Yet the startling truth is 1/3 of domestic abuse victims are men. The Office of National Statistics estimates that 1.6 million women and 757,000 men report abuse in 2020. That was during the pandemic, okay? In 2020, we had 1.6 million women reporting abuse and 757,000 men. And these are the people that report. Let's not forget, there are people that don't report it, that stay in it for far too long and suffer in silence. because that's what I'm gonna say. You suffering in silence. If you don't say something, if you don't do something, you're suffering in silence. You initially putting the band-aid over it and suffering through it. It says, despite such a significant proportion of victims, men are silenced by the hostile and incredible they encounter when opening up about their experiences to police and safeguarding services. Support agencies often fail to recognize the abuse of men and overlook cases involving female abusers. A recent study of homicide reviews highlight a lack of training and support in recognition of handling male domestic abuse. Mankind Charity reports that in 2021, out of 238 refugee spaces for victims of domestic abuse, only 58 were committed to supporting male survivors. Another study conducted by Bristol University detailed how male victims seldomly get asked about their domestic relationships by health professionals. The female helpline told him that they could not offer him any help as they did not have the funding to support male victims. I put everything that I've showed y'all in the description box. The description box is really detailed this time because it was a lot of information I wanted to go through. I shared with y'all, and I wanted to make sure every piece of information and it's already in there. So you can go to that description box at any time. All this stuff is in there. I wanted to make sure I did this responsibly. I wanted to make sure I got the word across that we need a change. And we have to change it by we have to have these discussions. And I know it's hard. And I know sometimes we feel like we're not in a safe space to say these things. But if we don't make time to talk about the tough decisions that we go through or that we're experiencing, if we don't let our stories be known, how are we going to teach everybody else to know warning signs, ways to get out? Again, I do have the National Domestic Violence Hotline at the top of my screen and also in the chat and also in the description box. Okay. And if you know somebody that does over 200 languages, English, Spanish, and 200 plus other languages, okay, that number is 1-800 799 7233. And you can text them. You text start to 88788. Now I'm telling you this, if you know somebody that's going through it, please give them this number. Please give them the text. If you see something, say something, even if you don't know the person. Sometimes we forget that we gotta love our neighbors too. Okay, and sometimes people don't know or people don't reach out for themselves, but we're gonna reach out and save a life. So if you see something, say something. You can keep yourself anonymous when you call the police, the resources and stuff. Call the police, call the domestic violence line. You can leave yourself. You can tell them you want to be anonymous. You can do that. But if you see something, say something. Let's not let another innocent life go and be taken away, or let's not let another man or woman that's in an abusive relationship feel like they're not seen, heard, or wanted. We all can make the difference in somebody else's life. We just have to want to do it. You don't have to jump in their relationship. You don't have to put yourself in danger. But if you see something, you can say something. You can report it. You can report it anonymously. Let's be respectful. Let's be honest. I told y'all this was gonna be really hard for me because I've been through it. Don't torture your kids. I'm telling you firsthand. That guilt, that pain, it never goes away. Even with counseling, when talking about this situation, it always makes me feel bad. It always makes me feel like I wish I could have saved her from having to go through it. It makes me wish like um, I wish somebody would have reached out and helped her. Um, don't make your kids feel the same pain that so many have already had to go through. And now we got kids that's gonna go through life and not have their mom at all, and then essentially not their mom and their dad at all. So let's love and protect our kids. Let's love and honor our neighbor. Okay. Again, do not get involved in a relationship. Don't jump in somebody else's marriage because that's a good way of getting yourself hurt. I want you to stay safe. Okay. If you see something, say something means reporting it. Okay. You report it to the people that can make a difference. Don't you get involved in somebody else's situation and make that your situation. I am not telling you to put yourself in danger. And if you see one of your friends, family members, co-workers, whatever, going through this, let them know. Love does not hurt you. Juice, you have anything you want to say?
Whew. First and foremost, you are amazing doing this, and I could tell just by your sentiments alone, this is just another step in your healing journey. So I want to extend my most gracious love and things onto you because you are healing that little girl that feels like it's my responsibility to do something. And I just want to say, I give you all the kudos and accolades because let me tell you, this is not easy to talk about. And I had my sister go through the DV. A friend just recently confirmed to me that he went through DV. Him and his now ex fiance reside in Florida, but he's moving back up to Massachusetts, where I'm from. And I was on the phone with him one night, and like I knew I heard like a slap or whatnot, but I just wasn't sure. But I had the question in the back of my mind. In the final instance that broke the camel's back, I asked the question, and he said yes. And I said, if only I had just quickly figured it out that night, I would have got the cussing. And so, me going into protective mode, even though it's from afar, I unfriended his fiance. I wanted nothing to do with him. Sure enough, his fiance was on, what did I ever do to him? And I said to my friend, he knows. Just when, and I told him a couple of days ago, I said, when you get good and ready to leave, to make your move, and he decides to pop off on the mouth, make sure I'm on the phone because I got a whole lot that I'm going to be saying. And because he knows I'm going to hurt his feelings. His feelings are going to be hurt. And it's like, when you enter into a relationship with somebody, have your inner self together to a point so that way there is still room for someone to come in and you guys can build together. I don't care what's what your orientation is, your race is. I don't care. Self love. It may take you forever, but once you get to that point, all I'm saying is try. I know it's a little lost in the translation, but I know from seeing what I have seen that God is a good God. And despite even folks who came up from religious trauma, Your relationship with God itself is your relationship alone. No one can dictate what that relationship is. No church can dictate what that relationship is. The relationship between you and God is between you and Him alone. Y'all, and to all those, both sides going through it, I want y'all to remember and say this, and this is from the line from the help. You was smart, you was kind, you was important, and you was worthy of love. Attempt to remember those four things. Speak it into an existence and let it manifest. I promise it works.
Hi, Natty. How are you?
Hi,
Hey,
Natty.
my hi everybody. Good afternoon. I'm so happy I caught you. I was just like taking a nap and I woke up like, oh my God, I gotta be on in my opinion. Oh, this is such a good topic. This
Yes,
is
it
such a
is.
good topic.
Well, I
Yeah, it's
did this because I felt like we were all emotionally drained after this week with all the DV that came out. And I felt
mhm.
like we didn't have any closure to any of these situations. We still as lost as we was when we joined the chat. And it's emotionally draining, especially when you go through situations with DV. And so I put the resources out there and I'm telling people to say something if they see something. Don't get involved in somebody's situation, but you can speak up and be a voice for those who have been silenced. I also wanted them to know that this is happening to everyday people. And it's not just happening to women, it's happening to men. And that they don't have the resources that women have. But we're going to change that by saying something, by teaching our children that it's not okay to be belittled, to be abused, to be hurt. Love doesn't hurt you. And that's what we
Absolutely.
want the hashtag to be. Love doesn't hurt you. So when we're talking about this, let's change the demographic on it. Let's let people know that love doesn't hurt you.
Absolutely, in my opinion, it doesn't hurt. And I raising two girls, I try to instill that in them every day if I can. I let them know that they're loved, you know what I mean? Let them just try to reinforce their value on a regular basis. But when I was in my situation, speaking from personal experience, and I called my mom and told her about it, and she gave me the best advice ever. She said, "Don't take it not even one time. If it happened once, hold the person accountable, report them. And if you don't even feel comfortable reporting them, just get out of that situation for yourself. I just think we have a culture where people, they just sweep things under the rug and, oh, he's going to change. And people fall in love with the possibilities and they're not looking at the reality. At the end of the day, we all know if it happens once, it's going to get worse and worse and worse. And you have to put yourself before the love for that partner, because if that partner loved
Come
you, they would
on.
be hurting you. All right. So I just want to promote, especially after what we just went through. You know how many people witnessed what Cassie went through and didn't say anything? And they just knew
Mm-hmm.
this. They knew how she was being treated and just didn't say anything. We saw it in R. Kelly's camp as well. These people are enablers. These people are enablers and they help harvest these abusers to go around and create more victims. And so that's why I stand firm. If it happened once, just know for sure it's going to happen again. And you need to report that person and hold them accountable. Don't take it physically, don't take it mentally. Okay, don't take verbal, don't take any of it. Value yourself beyond the love between that relationship.
I totally agree with you. I have, like I said, everything that I showed, I do have it linked in the description box. I just
Hmm.
want you to know that our children are growing up, and as much as we try to shelter them from seeing certain things, they're going to see it. Okay,
Hmm.
and children learn by sight.
Mm-hmm.
And so, me raising five boys and one girl,
Ooh, God bless you.
me raising five boys and one girl, I, I, I teach them as much information as I can. I'm a helicopter mama because I never want a situation to happen or occur that I'm not informed in. So I hover a little too much, and everybody keep telling me I gotta let them grow up, and I'm like, I'm trying. I am. I'm trying to cut that string, but it's so hard because we want to shelter our kids. We want to love them. Kids are to be loved and protected at all costs. And I know there are so many parents out there, and you love your kids and you love them. And sometimes you have to let them go, and you have to let them make decisions for themselves, but it is hard being a parent. You held them in your womb for 9 months. You took care of them their whole life. You don't want no hurt or harm to come to your child. So it's your responsibility to teach your kids to love and respect each other as they want to be loved and respected. We have to teach our kids self value and holding themselves accountable. Because if they don't learn it from us, they're going to come and learn from the social media streets, from these toxic people that's already out there. If we had
Absolutely.
parents that was dedicated to making sure that their kids knew better, we would be in a better world. And I'm a firm believer that God did not create, He didn't make a mistake when creating us. He made us in His image and His image alone, and He don't make no mistakes. We make mistakes all the time, but I'm telling you, God didn't make a mistake. You were born perfect the way you were. He knew you was gonna make the mistakes that you made, but He made you to make those mistakes as a learning, not to hurt somebody else, not to put your hands on somebody else, not to emotionally or physically or mentally abuse somebody else. Love doesn't hurt you. And that's in a friendship, that's in a family ship, that's in a
Mm,
co-workership, that's in a relationship. It doesn't hurt you.
absolutely. Absolutely, in my opinion. Like you hit the nail on the head. And we also have to understand as parents, our kids, they're walking their own path. They have to make their own mistakes because that's their life lessons, you know. Ooh, it's just hard raising kids in the world that we live in today. But I think the main thing I try to lead with my children is teaching them healthy conflict resolution so that they can recognize when it's abuse or hurt coming their way, so they know like this is not how we're supposed to communicate, you know, like so they can recognize it right away. So I think it's important that we pass that on to our kids.
Okay, so y'all, we got a comment that says, and Desert Wolf is a content creator on YouTube. Okay, if y'all are into um firearms and snakes and stuff. Like I can't watch the snakes eating the little rats or nothing, but I do go in there and support him and hit this like button. But he got a lot of snakes, okay? But y'all go follow him if you like that kind of stuff. He's a military a veteran. Thank you, Desert, for your service.
Thank you
He's an
for your service.
amazing guy, guy driven man. He said he's sharing his story. I was destroyed as a child and never had the opportunity to be loved. Now I have a son. I protect him and love him with everything I got.
I love it because you know what? Just because you go through a bad experience, we have choices. We don't have to be that experience. That experience does not have to define you. And that's what I feel like a lot of people today, they use like their childhood trauma as excuses to tear up the world. And it's not an excuse.
Yes.
The fact is you have a choice. And just remember how hurt you felt. You want to inflict and project that onto the world. It's not right. And nor does it give you an excuse. You can make the choice to be better.
Thank you, Natty. Like I tried to convey that earlier. I know it probably came out like a little bit twisted, but you just said it perfectly. And I just want to publicly give you your thank you right now because, yes.
I appreciate that seriously. Like, and I just look. I'm a 45-year-old woman. I raised my kids, and in my grown womanness, I'm just learning to sit and be in the example that I want to see. And no matter how messed up a person is, I look and I put myself in their shoes. That doesn't give them an excuse, but I put myself in their shoes and like, you know what, you it just could have been you. You know what I mean? And you show them grace, but you don't be a fool. You understand?
Hmm.
Well, I am so glad that you told part of your story. You know, I know your whole story, but I'm so proud of you for telling. I sat here and told part of my story too. Let me tell you something. I, I I felt sorry for you when I heard your story. It broke my heart, and I feel like me and you relate on so many levels because of past trauma. But I am so glad that you made the choice not to put that past trauma onto your son. I hope he is doing amazing. I haven't seen him in a while, but I hope he's doing amazing. That little boy is so sweet and precious. I know you are going to be an amazing father. Don't let your past define you because you are an amazing man that's doing amazing with your son. You do. And so I'm going to give you your props on that. And Nadi, you're doing amazing with your girls, taking them out to the movies and stuff. Let me tell you something. Kids have to be loved and protected at all costs. And I'm a firm believer of that. Um, I felt like just being raised around the DV. I have worked through my issues. I still go to counseling because it's deep rooted. You know what I'm saying? My mama never left. The resources were out there, but they weren't as good as they are now. Again, like I said, it was different back in the 50s, 60s, 70s. And then, especially being in the South, we had a lot of other issues that we had to factor into, you know. And then it came to the case of not being believed, not being heard, not being seen. So I understand. And please don't take this as me victim shaming. I'm not victim shaming, but I'm telling you, don't stay in. Don't stay in something that's toxic, that's tearing you down, that's pulling
There's
from
light
you
at the end of the
and not
tunnel.
pouring into you because God did not create you to be abused, to be mistreated, to be empty. So I do want you to take that away from this conversation. I want you to take away that you are worthy to be loved, to be respected, to be honored. You are worthy to be treated with the utmost, and I do mean utmost respect. And if someone is putting their hands on you, or is tearing you down, or is making you feel like you're less than, they're not uplifting you. They're not honoring you. They're not respecting you. And for damn sure, they're not loving you. Because again, I'm going to say love does not hurt you.
Amen.
So um I'm going to end this live on a positive note. I want to share my screen one more time, y'all. Robin's gonna kill me, okay? But this is not a video, Robin. I'm gonna be talking, okay? It's not a video. Um, if y'all don't know, Robin is the amazing mod, okay? Whenever she mods for somebody video, she is like the manager, okay? So everybody, y'all give y'all love to Robin in the chat. We got so many content creators out here that are amazing content creators. Naughty Love Movement is amazing. Y'all please go over there and subscribe to Naughty Love Movement, okay? Subscribe to the Gray Hair Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva, okay? She's doing amazing work. Subscribe to Juice Radio and Talk Show, okay? And go over there and support our sis. There are so many amazing content creators that we don't uplift in this world. We got to start loving each other again. We got to get back to a world where we share This world is big enough for all of us to live in and have a space where we can relate and just enjoy ourselves. Okay. If this pandemic didn't teach us anything, it should have taught us that we needed each other more than we thought we did, because that isolation drew us closer together. And so now we got to support each other and love on each other and show people that, hey, we're not like these people that we see on social media that's tearing people down, that's destroying lives. We're not going to do that. Okay. We're going to make this a safe space. Okay. So this is what I pulled up. It says these women survived domestic violence. Now they're taking a stand to help others. It said the brave women in this article are from Louisiana of the USA. All of them endured years of physical, emotional, and sexual abuse. Several survived being shot, and they didn't always get the help that they needed from the system. Amnesty International new report, Fragmentized and Unequal, shows how the justice system in Louisiana is failing survivors of DV. From failing to take violence seriously to arresting survivors who call for help. The response from authorities is frequently inadequate and discriminatory. By telling their stories, these survivors are letting others know that it's possible to overcome both the trauma and domestic violence and the injustice of the system. They are using their experiences to help others and showing that there is a way out. Now that's amazing. By telling their stories, these survivors are letting others know that it is possible to overcome both the trauma of DV and the injustice of the system. They are using their experiences to help others and show that there is a way out. These stories are powerful, heartbreaking, and inspiring. They also include graphic descriptions of violence and sexual assault. Okay, and it's got all of their stories. So this is Angela, and that's her kids. And if you look closely, you can see where she had her two gunshots right here. Okay. Um, your scars may heal, but they still there. In my case, it started as verbal abuse. I'd known my partner for 20 years, and he was a good person. He started changing in 2015 after his mom died. He brought several guns, including a machete and a shotgun. He became more combative, not only with me, but with others and through his social media. I couldn't do anything right. One evening in early November, he turned physical. We were having a conversation, and at some point it escalated, and I asked him to leave. I walked over to the door, opened it, and said, we could have the conversation another day. He grabbed me by the hood of my sweatshirt, threw me out on threw me out of my door and got on top of me and started choking me. I managed to yell for our oldest son, and he got off of me and left. You see what I'm talking about? Verbal abuse was started after so long of verbally abusing you, they escalate. It just have to. It escalates. Okay, so this part of it, he shot me and said, "Look at what you made me do." Now we talked about this. They try to make you feel like you was the problem. You was the reason why they had to abuse you. But that's a lie, because they don't have no power to try to judge or discipline you. You are grown. Look what you made me do. No, look what you did to me. I can't make you do anything. Um, we'd broken up, but we were starting to work things out again. And she doing another step. She trying to work it out. Remember in that article we said they go back about 7 times before they actually cut the break. So she said we were working it out. We were starting things back up again. When one morning we had a disagreement, I was in the bathtub when he came in and shot me. I could only remember the last two gunshots. I looked at him and he said, "Look at what you made me do, Angie. You made me shoot you." He returned with my cell phone and told me to dial 911. I felt as though I was dying. My legs felt prickly. I didn't realize he shot me in the back and I was already paralyzed. I can remember being loaded into the paramedic truck and saying to the female paramedic, "Please don't let me die. I have 4 children to raise." I spent 3 weeks in the hospital. During that time, around 400 people came to visit me. That's when I realized I had a message I wanted to share. Since then, I have been doing a lot of public speaking, not just about gun violence, but about the gun control and mental health. If people are willing to listen, I want to talk about the things that matter. And of course, I'm not going to read all these stories, but they got Elizabeth's story right here, and they also have um, Tawana's story right here. And it will be in the description box below, and you can read their stories. They got Kirby's story. So I just want y'all to know that these are all women that have survived their situation. So you can be a survivor, okay? You don't have to stay in it. Sometimes I feel like we stay in stuff too long. And so I just want you to know that there's help available. Again, I do have the National Domestic Violence number on the top of the screen. I also have it in the description box. And I also have it and pinned at the top. Okay. I got the link pinned if you want to come up before I end this. But the National Domestic Violence Hotline is 24/7, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. They have many different languages. They say English, Spanish, and over 200 other languages. Okay. It's 1-800-799-7233. And if you can't call them and you want to text them, text START to 88788. If you see something, say something, people. Please, 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 please. Don't jump in anybody's relationship and get yourself hurt. But if you see something, you can report it and remain anonymous. Don't let don't let this happen to any of your family and friends. Okay? And if you're seeing it happening to your neighbors, please reach out for help. Some people are not strong enough to do it for themselves. We're going to be the strong village to do it for them. If you see something, say something. We got to get these people off of our streets for good. We got to let them know that what they're doing to our people is not okay. Whether it's a man or a woman, it's not okay to be abused in any way. And don't let somebody tell you what you made them do because you know good and god doggone well you can't make somebody hurt you.
Yeah, that's a classic
That's not,
abuser language
yeah,
because they can't take accountability.
we went through the 11 steps of why they stay. And I'm telling you, I was sitting here, I was mad. Okay. I was really mad because I was sitting here like, I need you to get your mental. I think people don't realize that when your mental is not together and when your brain is not working adequately, your machine is not working adequately. And when I say your machine, that means your body. You
Hmm.
can't comprehend when somebody's mistreating you. And
Exactly.
I need you to get your mental together. Now, when I do stuff like this, it's really hard on me. And because I already deal with mental health issues, I have to release that stuff. I have to meditate. I have to woosah myself. You know what I'm saying? So I did do a meditation video, introduction into meditation. So if y'all want to look at that to see how to do it, that is fine. But we need to clear our minds. We need to We need to be thinking about our mental space because we take in so much toxicity every day, whether it's on the social media streets, whether it's the TV we watch, whether it's the stuff we see in our daily lives. We take in a lot of stuff, and our body has to process it, just like it processes food and water. It has to process the stuff that we take in mentally. And if you don't protect your mental space, your brain, it starts to defunction on you. It starts to break down. I do not want you to be broken. I want you to be healed. And there's help out there. I put a video out there about helping yourself with your mental space. I've done these topics on mental health. I will do another one. I just need you to get yourself together. And that's why I created this channel. I wanted to make sure I made a difference in somebody's life, whether it was financial, getting you help for financial services, and I'm doing videos on that now. Um, whether it's getting your health together, okay, we're gonna get you together. And I do mean we're gonna get you together. There are services out there that can help you with any of these processes. I'm telling you, don't be afraid to reach out and get the help that you need. Whether it's you dealing with DV, whether it's you dealing with your lights need to be paid, whatever that service is, don't be afraid to reach out for help. There's help out there available, and I'm gonna keep on preaching it to you. Love doesn't hurt you. So anybody else want to say anything before I?
I just want to also say, like, be careful of your friends that are in situations like this. I had a friend that I had to back up from all the way, but every time her partner would get into it, she'll come running to my house, and then we tried to help her by, like, she'll tell us she'll want to leave or whatever, and I'm like, okay, we'll go get your stuff and take you over to your mom's house. And I would call the police, you know what I mean, because I know I know what I can handle and what I can't, and as soon as he comes running back, she's submissive, but I had to let her know. I said, I'm sorry for the situation you're going through, but you have to be ready to get out of that. But I have to remove myself. Like, you can't run in my house every time y'all get into a squabble. Like, you need to call the police. There's resources out there. I was like, but I can't have this toxic energy at my house. And she couldn't do nothing but understand that. So when you see your friends in situations like this, protect your energy, like in my opinion says, you know what I mean? They have to want the help for themselves. First and foremost, they have to want to get out of that situation. And a lot of people are energy vampires, and they just want someone to cry to, and then they go right back to the toxic situation. So that I just wasn't going to allow her to ping pong my emotions like that. I just wanted to make that point.
Who I needed to hear that message.
Yeah, I mean, DV, sometimes you are grandfathered in because you're just trying to be a good friend to someone. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Oh.
But you can't put your needs, their needs before yours, so to speak. You understand? So,
Renee said it's so important to pay attention to red flags. Leave before it's too late. Nothing or no one is worth your life. Don't be afraid to start over. Hashtag survivor. You are so right. Nothing is more important than your life. And I'm telling you, love does not hurt you. It doesn't abuse you. Love is kind. Okay?
love is patient.
Love is patient. It does not envy and it does not boast. I'm
And
telling you.
love makes you feel good. It doesn't make you feel
Yeah.
bad.
And let me tell you something. If somebody tells you they're in a perfect relationship, that's a lie off the rip. Okay. There's no perfect person and there's no perfect relationship. Now let me tell you, I'm telling you, I told y'all all before. I love that man in there. Okay. I love my man. My man, my man, my man. Okay. I ain't letting him go. He gonna be mine forever. I already told him. Definitely gonna have to take us apart from here. Okay. I ain't leaving him for nothing. But I'm telling you, if he ever, and I know he won't, but if he ever put his hands on me, that's gonna be the day we're gonna surely part. Okay, we're gonna part this place. Okay, um, protect your peace, protect your sanity, And I think so many times we don't teach each other to protect your peace and protect your sanity. Know who you letting in your life. Don't let somebody drain you dry. Julius, you got anything else you want to say?
You both hit it on the guard, and I just want to thank the both of you.
Well, I thank you, Julius, for coming. And I thank you, Naughty Love, for coming. Please, y'all, if y'all have not subscribed to Naughty Love Movement, she posts a lot. Okay, I'm telling and my girl
Thank
be on
you.
point, okay? And let me tell you something. She let you in a little bit on her little nightlife too. I ain't mad at her. She be out there dipping it in everything else. You know, if I was a little younger, I might be out there dipping and doing it too. But
I gotta have a release.
I ain't that young no more, y'all. Okay, so let me explain. Okay, I got some subscribers that asked me could they get me something for Christmas or my birthday. My birthday is Tuesday. I did put a link in my community post. Okay, I made an Amazon wish list. I really don't ask people for nothing because my husband been giving me gifts every day since about 2 weeks ago. Okay, for my birthday, and I'm told him to stop. He's spoiling me, and I feel like I'm getting too spoiled. But if you want to, I did make an Amazon wish list and I put it up. I did not put nothing expensive. I just put little candles and stuff like that and stuff. But if you do, I put that up. I am gonna do a birthday live on my birthday, which is Tuesday. It's gonna have to be really short because I used to start cooking for Thanksgiving on the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. So that will be that. I haven't set a time for it yet because I gotta squeeze it in. I'm talking to Robin, my manager of the channel, and we'll work it out. But yeah, and y'all come up and we'll have a good old time, have some good conversation. Hopefully, all y'all have had an enjoyable time with me watching this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with somebody that you think needs it. Don't forget to subscribe to all these amazing content creators on YouTube that is going to pour into you, that is going to love on you. Okay. Don't forget to go over to the Juice Radio and Talk Show. Okay. And get your spiritual together, get your little reality TV and everything. Okay. Don't forget to go over to Naughty Love Movement. Okay. Sis is going to give you all the details that's going on in the social media streets and keep you in, don't forget to go to speak to your girl Marcella and get you some financial tips and some reality TV and a little bit of what's going on in the world. Okay. Don't forget to go over to the Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva. She's every day live. Every day. Okay. Monday through Friday, sometimes on Saturdays and Sundays too. Okay. She's giving you amazing content and giving you a glimpse into her life. Um, and don't forget to go over to Desert Wolf, okay? If you like that kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, he does do the snake feeding. So like I said, he got a lot of little snakes. I can't watch the snakes, the eat the rats and stuff, but I do go over there and like them. I watch them up until the point where they finna go and jump at them. But that's about as much as I can give him. But he is an amazing content creator and he has an amazing story to tell. He does show you a little bit of his military story and everything. He letting you in on it. Um, Go ahead and subscribe to these people. Let's make this world a better place by knowing that we can share this content. There's a space for all of us. Give some love to Robin in the chat. She's my manager of the channel. Okay, y'all give her some love. She gives me all the details. Okay, Robin, I'm sorry I had to show the videos, but I promise you I'm gonna stop. I'm talking more. Okay, I'm getting myself used to it. Okay. Give some love to Miss Buzz, okay? Miss Buzz go around to everybody's channel and give some support and some love. I love all of you, Renee, all of y'all. Y'all always coming through. Y'all always showing me love. I really do appreciate it. Let me tell you something. I'd be so scared to come on here every time and I have to release those emotions, but I am so happy, Julius, for always coming in and jumping up on these lives with me to make me feel comfortable. Let me tell you, it's not always easy to cut on this camera and talk to y'all. I be wanting to tell y'all, and I feel like my words sometimes get jumbled up because I want y'all to get it through your head, like really be trying to get it there. Let me tell you something. it's amazing to know that you are worthy and you are loved. And I want you to remember hashtag love doesn't hurt you. Okay. I appreciate all you for coming in, for watching, for sharing your Saturday with me. You could have been somewhere else, but you decided to click on this live and come and join me. And for that, I am eternally grateful to you, and I love on you, and I'm wishing you nothing but a continued and joyous day, okay? And a prosperous year to the next time. I'll talk to all of you later. Love you from a very genuine place and respect all of you. But remember, if you see something, say something. You can stay anonymous, but let's not struggle in silence, okay? Love does not hurt you. Please remember that. Love does not hurt you. Um, and I love you from a very genuine place. If I ever do anything that I say anything that hurts you, please call me out on it. Hold me accountable, okay? If you see me saying something that's not out of the ordinary, hold me accountable. We all need to be able to hold each other accountable. I am one of those type people. I take constructive criticism very well. If there's any help that you need, okay, I'm going to tell y'all this again. I love helping people. If you need any help, any resources, anything, please leave it down in the comment sections. Reach out to me on any of my social media platforms. I am on Twitter. I'm on Instagram, and I got my email, which is opinionandmy05@gmail.com. You can reach to me anytime you want on any resources, any services, anything that you need help with. I am making those videos now on different resources that help you pay your light bills, your power bills, get you some rent, some mortgage help, all that stuff. I'm posting them out 4 at a time. I think we done did New Jersey, New York, Ohio, Virginia on one video, and then we did Alabama, Louisiana, Florida, and Georgia on another video. I have another video coming up. I didn't get any, things on the states, but I'll be working it out. If I don't get anything, it'll probably be like California. I'll move over some, and it'll probably be California, Las Vegas. I don't know yet. Just leave your comments down below. If you got a state that you want me to put the video up on resources, you just let me know. I promise you I'll have that video out to you. I love all of you from a very genuine place. Y'all have a wonderful and amazing Saturday. Okay. Don't y'all have too much fun without me. And until next time, I'll see you later. Love you. Bye.